Okay, wonderful to see you this morning. Looks like I made it. And it's so good to be here. If you've joined me before and you're joining me again, just put a like in the comments, okay? Or send up a heart. And yeah, let's get going. I will ask you to forgive me. I'm just going to clean the screen. There we go. There we go. It doesn't always come together perfectly, but sometimes we can be perfectly imperfect. I was just wanting to do a little bit of editing before coming live, but I'm live and here I am. Not a lot I can do about that. So lovely to be here. Great to be with you this morning. If you just give me a moment, I'm going to get set up. Hopefully indications are you can hear me. I do apologize. This is not the best, but it'll work. I'm Coach Janette, and it is so lovely to be with you this morning. Absolutely wonderful. I've got a session today on how to feel like you're on top of things. That's the session that I'm sharing today. How to feel on top of the things, good morning, and welcome to the Sunday Wellness session. I'm so glad you're here. The topic is something that we all struggle with from time to time. From time to time, we feel like we're under things, that everything's on top of us, and we're getting nowhere. Just feel like we're flapping around, making very little progress. And so today I'm talking about how to reverse that and feel that we're on top of things. Maybe at times you feel stretched. Maybe you feel pushed. Maybe you feel that you're at the limit of yourself. It can happen. But today I'm going to guide you through some practical steps that will help you to begin to feel that you are on top because you are. You are. It's all in the mind, it's psychological. And if we begin to get to grips with what our positives are, what our accomplishments are, what our achievements are, then we begin to recognize that actually we're doing pretty okay. And in fact, we are on top of things. So I'm going to do a breathing exercise with you, a visualization, because it's a wellness session after all, and I'll give you some powerful tips that will leave you feeling focused and in control, as well as calm, because calm is important too. I'd love to share this very inspirational quote with you today, and that is from John Kabat-Zinn, and he says, "You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf." How about that? You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. I love that. You can't control the variables in life. You can't control what comes at you. You can't control what happens. You can't control accidents. You can't control freak events. However, you can learn to negotiate life. You can learn to have some control over your mindset, over your mentality. You can learn what works for you and what doesn't. You can learn how to begin to protect yourself. Good morning, Eternity Lewis. Lovely to see you. I'm doing really well. It's just you and me at the moment, which is wonderful. It's like a little one-to-one right now. However, the live will be open to others later, and they will be able to participate and join in. So we're going to start by grounding ourselves with a really simple breathing exercise. It's box breathing. We are going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale slowly through our mouths for the count of 6. And we're repeating this 4 times, okay? And I want to encourage you that as you breathe, imagine the stress leaving your body. And if breathing isn't something you've done before, breath work, try it today. You might surprise yourself with how pleasant it is, how powerful it is, and how transforming it is. Okay, so let's give it a go. And we're going to inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, and exhale slowly through our mouths for 6 seconds. I'll count you through the first 2, and then I will simply say inhale, hold, exhale. Okay? Wonderful. Let's go. Inhale, breathing slowly in for the count of 4, and hold. 1, 2, and exhale, blowing your breath slowly out. As you breathe out, imagine stress leaving your body and calmness flowing gently in. And inhale and hold and exhale. Imagining that stress and leaving your body and calmness coming in. Let's inhale calmness. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Feeling that stress slowly leave your body as you blow your breath out through your lips. Wonderful. And once more, inhale, hold, and exhale. Blowing that breath and all that stress slowly out of your body. Now, what I'm hoping is that you now feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more calm, a little bit more rested, and a little bit more resilient. Let's go into the main teaching. I want you to consider starting your day with clarity, and each morning consider or write down what your priorities are. In the comments, tell me what's one thing that you must get done today. Do tell me in the comments one thing you must get done today. And I love this eternity. If it's me and you, it's me and you. It's wonderful. One thing you must get done today. If you're able, I don't know if you're doing something and you're listening, maybe you're doing something and you're listening in. If that's the case, it's okay. But one thing you must get done today. Awesome. The shopping for your mum. Wonderful. Thank you. Whatever tasks you have today, break them down into simple steps. Sometimes big goals feel lighter when you break them down into smaller actions. You know that one, eternity? It's a wonderful thing as you break it down. Focus on what matters most today. Avoid being busy for the sake of being busy. Are you filling your day with noise or filling your day with progress? That's what really matters. You see, by doing the things that you essentially have to do, and then considering what else do I need to do rather than just being busy. What kind of busy am I? This busyness, what is the reward of it? What's the benefit of my busy today? Maybe consider rejiggling or changing what you've planned to do during the course of the day. Once you've done your essential thing that you need to get out of the way, maybe consider your non-essential things and think, what can I substitute for that? Use time blocks. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling that I just don't have a lot of time, begin to block your day into chunks. And so consider this is the time I use in the morning. This is my time for myself. I spend 10 minutes when I wake up just reflecting, maybe meditating, being calm, praying. This is the time I use to get ready. This is my time I use to get dressed, maybe 30 minutes. If you need 30 minutes, that's when I shower and get dressed. This is the time I do a little housework. I get things organized. Maybe I pack away the dishes in the dishwasher before I leave. And you just set your day into chunks. And it's amazing. By the time you set off, maybe if you go out to work, you're going to feel so accomplished. You've got so much done. And this is the time that I'm at work. And then this is the time that I'm at home in the evening. This is when I prepare my meal. Here is when I relax and I unwind. Okay. Break your day into chunks. If it feels as if it's all becoming too much and you're struggling to have a sense of control, a sense of being able to manage, and you are feeling overwhelmed, chunks is the way to go. It's really helpful. You just begin at the time you wake up and just write down your activities for those times. Okay, so 9 till 9:30 and so on and so forth. Ensure that you're clearing your space. I've spoken about this a lot this week, but you may not have seen it if you were not on TikTok, where I go live each day. Having a clear environment, a tidy environment, really helps your mind. And that is what is at the forefront of this. A tidy environment will help to give you a calmer mind. See, if things are a little bit up and down around you, and things are a little bit chaotic and you can't find things, you can't locate things, it's very difficult for you to feel on top of anything rather than having a sense of frustration. So, keeping a clear space is the best way to go. Keep the most immediate clear space you can. If you find you're constantly looking for paperwork, go to where the paperwork is. and sort that out first, okay? If you can't find letters, you can't find forms, can't find receipts, can't find certificates, sort that out first. And just give yourself 1 hour each week to do that. Just say, right, on a Thursday, any day, I've got an hour. That's what I'm going to do on Thursday evening after dinner. I'm just going to go through my paperwork and tidy it up. Most of the inconvenient things around the home can improve if we give them a little bit of time each week. It's a wonderful way to stay on top of things. If each week you give an hour, you say, right, I've done it for an hour. That's it now. I'll set that aside. I need some rest time now, personal time for myself. You'd be amazed at how things transform over a period of weeks. Within a couple of weeks, you can find everything you need and you are on top of it, if not even by your first session. You will find those essential pieces of paper and have them in the right place. So do consider that. Set healthy boundaries to protect your time and your energy from unnecessary demands. If time is your issue, you want to feel on top of things, then you need your time primarily for yourself. Anything else you agree to do has to fit in around your own routines. It has to be done when it's most convenient. I like the shopping because I feel like on a Saturday morning, if we do shopping, maybe that's something we would do nice and early and get it out of the way. I wonder if that's how you're approaching it, eternity. That's my approach generally. At this time, when I wasn't doing lives on a Saturday, I'd be off to the market and I'd be buying meat. I'd be at the butcher's and then I'd be where the vegetables are and the ground produce, and I'd be picking those up at this time when it was nice and early and there were fewer people around. That's just my way of doing it. But yes, whatever you have to do, the essential things, try if you can to get them out of the way first thing in the morning. It's the best time. And then you feel that you can have a lighter day, especially as it's the weekend. And you deserve some time for yourself, some quality time. Celebrate your small wins. Acknowledge them, no matter how small. I love the fact that yesterday I was celebrating with Baileys and ice, just celebrating the fact that that's it. I can relax now. I've done everything I needed to do this week. And whatever hadn't got done, it was okay because it was enough. And I was reassuring myself, you're more than enough. Look at the challenges you faced this week and how you overcame them and you pushed through. And I would love you to be able to do the same. Continuously remind yourself of the challenges you have faced, the difficulties, and how well you have overcome and bypassed them. How good you're doing, when they go low, you're going high, and how awesomely well you're doing at sticking to things, although it's not easy. Although there are challenges and difficulties, you are staying with it. Yeah, sometimes we all fall off the horse, but you're getting back on. I love the biblical narrative, and I believe it says, 10 times I fall, 11 times I rise. And so for each time you fall, you're getting up, and you are to congratulate yourself on that. Well done, you. Pause and reset. It's important you take short breaks during the course of the week just to reflect on how you're doing, just to reflect on your progress, just to reflect. You see, you need to recharge as well, rather than just taking a deep breath and pushing through. And that's something I grew up with in my family. We always took a deep breath and pushed on through. And doing that meant that people became fractious. You know how babies get grizzly when they haven't had proper sleep or they're about to go to sleep and they haven't rested and they just get miserable. I grew up with a lot of miserable people because they didn't realize the value of recharging their batteries. They would just push on through, set the big goal and push on through. They didn't have the knowledge to break things down into chunks. And that is still the case with a lot of people. A lot of people are super stressed because they don't break things down. They don't think about their accomplishments. They just focus on what needs to be done. And so they rush around feeling a sense of tremendous frustration and anger because things aren't going their way. The slightest inconvenience becomes a big issue for them. They get shouty, aggressive, paranoid, frustrated. They struggle with their sleep because they're so concerned about all the outstanding business. I'd encourage you to follow the opposite pathway. As a wellness coach, I'm telling you, follow the opposite pathway. Congratulate yourself on what you have done. Celebrate your wins. Acknowledge your goals being accomplished, even to some degree. Maybe not fully accomplished, but you're getting there. And also take short breaks to pause, reset, okay, instead of pushing through. Pushing through brings burnout. Burnout is psychological and physical exhaustion. It's not always a good idea. Occasionally, yes. Ongoingly, no. Plan ahead. Planning is very, very important. We are amazing beings. We've got these wonderful thumbs that help us to hold pens and to be able to write. A lot of the other creatures that were created couldn't do that, and we can. So plan ahead. Begin to make a list of your things that you need to do and tick them off one by one so that you can see your accomplishments and how well you're doing. This will help you to conquer that feeling of, I'm getting nowhere. Yes, you are achieving and you're managing your time extremely well. Lastly, be kind to yourself, please. Be kind to yourself. Grand Rising Lina, lovely to see you. Eternity's goal is to get out of the house by 11:30 a.m. It's now after 9. She's given herself plenty of time to do the things she needs to do. She's planned, okay? She's planning ahead. That's the goal. Now, be kind to yourself. Remember, you don't need to do everything perfectly to feel in control. You really don't. All you need to do is to recognize that you're making progress. Oh, thank you so much. You are making progress, and that's what really matters, not perfection. We don't always get that. Not everybody manages that. And sometimes it's a mask, it's a veil. Sometimes trying to get everything perfect is how we just press the pause button and stop ourselves moving forward because we say, I'm not going to take the next step until this is until this is right, until this is perfect. And it just keeps us stuck there. Recognize that you're unique and what you do is what you do and how you do it is how you do it. It may not be perfect, but it gets done. It may not be perfect, but it serves its purpose. So remember, progress over perfection. That's really important. Now, I'd love us to do a visualization together. And if you'd like to close your eyes, and I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine the week ahead as a neatly organized path. Each task is a stepping stone, and you are calmly walking towards one step at a time. Is the week ahead. You see those stepping stones in front of you? And you calmly walking towards one step at a time. See yourself handling tasks with clear confidence, feeling light and on top of things. I'd like you to consider what usually makes you feel overwhelmed. Usually makes you feel overwhelmed. What habit can you add this week to feel more in control? Is it journaling? Would that work? Is it planning ahead? Reflecting? Pausing to reset? Not pushing through? Is it writing a list of things to do so you can tick them off? Wonderful thing to do. Helps you to get so organized. And what does being on top of things look like for you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? If you have paused and closed your eyes, I'm going to count you down from 5 to 1, and then you open them again. Don't open them quite yet. When I say 1, you'll open your eyes and you will feel far more organized, far more motivated towards accomplishing your achievement. And you will feel proud of your efforts because you are trying extremely hard to get there and you're doing really well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'd love you to drop one word in the comments about what helps you to feel in control. What helps you to feel in control? For me, it's the list of things to do. It was the key to great transformation for me. I'll be very honest with you. It was a list of things to do that helped me to be able to set up a business, to be able to manage my daytime job, which is a full-time, more than full-time job, to be able to find time for social media, to be able to prepare resources, to be able to go live, to be able to research. It was all connected to the list of things to do because it was the basic place where I began to organize my day. That was where I planned. I'd write the list and then I'd look at what would come in what order because then I knew that I had those things to do and I'd work out what was the best way in which to do them. What were the things I could do before I got dressed? What were the things I could do after I showered? What were the things I could do before my live, after my live? What could I do in the afternoon? What could I do in the evening? It was really helpful. On what day did I need to do paperwork? On what day did I need to do business paperwork? On what day did I need to get my resources sorted for my lives? When did I need to do that? When could I do research? It was really important. When could I fit in wellness appointments during the day? My list of things to do really helped me to have that sense of calm over chaos. Otherwise, I think life would have felt somewhat chaotic. And now it doesn't. It all sort of slots in quite well. Wonderful. Eternity says she's going to be writing a list, as I said this week. And Lina says time blocking, 30 minutes per task. Wonderful. And then pausing for 5. Okay. That is more or less the Pomodoro method. So 30 minutes of intense work and then pausing for 5. Get yourself a drink of water. Just take a short 5-minute break. Just sit silently for 5 minutes. Just come back to yourself and then do your next task. Well done. I'm so encouraged. And our affirmation today is I am calm, I am capable, I am on top of things. And I'd love you to repeat this after me. I am calm, I am capable, I am on top of things. Now, I know there's a place that says, I can just say this in my head. I don't have to say it out loud. Saying it out loud is a whole different experience. And I want you to have that experience. So let's say it out loud. I am calm. I am capable. I am on top of things. Awesome. There is a wonderful connection between what your mind and your body hear and absorb and how they respond to it. And one more time, I am calm, I am capable, I am on top of things. Well done. Fantastic. This morning we have gone over how to feel like we're on top of things. And that is what's key is to recognize you're not under anything. You are not being buried by life. You are in control. You're doing really well. It's just that psychologically, if things are not structured a certain way, we don't have that peace. We don't have that assurance. We don't have that sense of progress because we're constantly busy. And if you live a constantly busy lifestyle, try and hold on to listing your things to do, blocking out your time, or using a journal or some other technique that is going to help you to pause, to reflect, and to recognize how well you're doing. Don't get lost in the rush of life, okay? So don't forget, if you want, and you're watching me for the first time, like, subscribe, okay? Because I'm here each week with a wellness session on Saturday at 9 o'clock or thereabouts, okay? Remember, you're more on top of things than you think. Trust yourself to make it one step at a time. Trust yourself. And I would like to encourage you to have a beautiful weekend. A beautiful weekend. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me, ladies. Bye for now, everyone. Peace, love, and light to you. Bye bye. I'll find my way out.